Hello and welcome to the Metal Cell. I'm delighted to say I have the rhythm section here of Aponym, Dave and Chris. How are you, lads?
Not too bad.
So am I pronouncing it right, or is there a bit of a debate about that?
Well, I say Aponym, half the lads say Aponym, but
some people say Aponym.
Aponym, yeah.
You know,
but like, we have no vocals, so it's kind of like
yeah.
it doesn't matter, you know.
It's
it's something we don't we're not precious about the subject because we obviously everyone has their own way of pronouncing something.
Yeah.
But it was Dave came up with the name for the band, and the explanation he had behind the name was the word eponym means to mean something.
Yeah.
So he took out the E and put an A, and it kind of
confuses us all.
It's his own little creation that is like to mean nothing. So you know, if you put it like that, it's kind of
a drummer,
aponym, you know.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Aponym sounds more metal though. So
it does actually.
it's more epic, you know.
Yeah. That says Dave from the black metal side of things, you know.
Yeah.
So your album has been just on my car the whole time. The live EP.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking class.
Sound.
Cheers, thanks.
Yeah.
It is class, and I'd really recommend anybody to listen to it as well.
Wouldn't have been possible without the Paranoid Pit.
Yeah,
so,
I was at that gig.
Yeah.
Was that the one you were supporting?
that's what we recorded. Yeah.
Fucking hell!
Yeah.
Did you actually tell people that you were recording it live?
No.
But then I was thinking, how did I miss you not saying it?
Every Paranoid Pit's actually recorded.
Yeah.
And we kind of went into it like, it may come out bad, it may not, you know.
Okay.
But we're lucky to have Dave in the band who's able to mix things.
Yeah.
So we just got the stems, got it mixed, and
so Dave mixed it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were able to get it out faster than every other band that's played, just because we kind of had that advantage, you know.
Right.
But no, it came out pretty nice.
Yeah. What I will say is
it's raw, but
yeah, Dave is like insanely savvy at all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's like, you know, the best at making the best of what is put in front of him. So you could take something that was recorded in a barrel, and he'll make it like, sound really polished. So we're lucky to kind of have that kind of a mind kind of going in the band. So we recorded like a gig before in Fred's, and we released it, or we released some of it, and then that maybe taught us a few things about maybe just that room in particular.
Okay.
And that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You know, we didn't release the whole gig on that EP. There was a few, like we kind of picked the best 5 or so, and used them performance wise, you know.
Yeah.
So
standout tracks for me would have been I love Worm God, obviously. Tusk. The new song is Deadly Berserker.
Yeah.
good.
Is that actually kind of a way you're kind of going to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way that, you know,
it's different, and I like it. Yeah, it's
We kind of like being technical, but not.
You still
know,
keep the catchiness.
Yeah, it's like not just all notes.
Yeah.
You know, it's a riff.
Yeah.
Because when we started off, it was me and Dave only, and he did guitars, and I just put stuff to it, and then I wrote stuff, and he put stuff to it.
Yeah.
But when the lads came in, we started actually writing more like, you know, challenging songs.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a few in the locker that aren't out yet, but they'll be similar to that one. But it's not like a new place for us either, you know. It's kind of just
you're kind of tipping the vibe.
Just making it like better.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a fucking great EP, you know. And the last track is great. Life is a Wounded Stag, you know. Fuck's sake, like great way to end it, you know.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good representation of what we sound like live.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
The big reason behind putting it out there.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
because like the EPs are nice, and they, you know, they sound good. But I think like we have a bit more energy live. We're not like, you know, when people say, oh, they're a live band, where it's like the recording's okay but they're better live. I think we have a good balance.
I think you have a good balance.
That EP definitely is like showing people like, look, if you come out, it's going to be a bit more, you know, there's a bit 10 more kilometers an hour added on to it. You know what I mean?
yes.
Yeah.
But like, it shows you as well you're prolific. You know,
Oh,
I mean,
cheers.
you've an EP out there every year. You know,
Yeah.
you know. To be fair,
Trying to plan the next move at the moment. So
yeah. But I met you actually outside Fred's,
Yeah.
and of course, you probably knew that this EP was coming out anyway. Was it or
no.
no?
There
Okay.
was
Yeah.
like, it was pretty much just the gig's being recorded, and we kind of didn't want to put that at the front of our minds for the gig,
Yeah.
because it would have just probably like ruined half of our performance.
Okay.
So it was probably the last thing myself that I was actually thinking of.
Yeah.
Just it was actually being recorded, but it was just kind of like, when we got it back, there was a few things that were like, actually this is sounding good, like, you know, and it was not a very complicated setup, and it was, just
Dave Shoughton was edited out all right, because I
Yeah.
remember that, because he certainly is the ringmaster there as well, he leaves out a good few roars and shouts, especially
Yeah.
for some of
He's
the...
he's like the hype man.
Yes, he is the hype man, very much so.
Yeah.
That was released on the 25th of May, and you thank Ben Wanderers on it as well, which is the lad from Limerick, isn't it?
Shardborn.
Sharborn,
Yeah.
yeah. What part did he to play in it? Or was it just
That's more of a question for Dave. I think he
Yeah.
works with him,
okay?
so there was a bit more of a, what would you call it? Like, he was giving him tips and stuff, because he records as well.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
studio.
Yeah, okay.
So there was a bit of mentoring, I suppose. I think we just like to thank people who do small things as well, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Well, Pavel was probably on the mix that night.
yeah,
I think.
and
Yeah.
Sean as well. You know.
Yeah.
Tomas O'Brien as well.
Oh yeah, Thomas. Yeah. What a great addition to Carosa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Seriously, yeah.
And I'm delighted he's actually taken
Yeah.
centre stage,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I mean, he is the type that could comfortably fit in the
in
back.
the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
centre stage for
That-
Cypress
yeah.
Avenue. That
Yeah.
We actually played a gig with him a while back now. Was it like 2 years ago?
Yeah, it must have been 2017.
And that's
I'd
when we
say.
first met him. He was
Yeah.
in another band called Great Apes.
Great Apes, yeah.
They're
Right.
not a metal band now, but that's when I met him. And then
Yeah.
I just kept, he's the sound man in Fred's, and I was like, oh, like this fella, like, he's always, whenever we play a gig, the sound's on point with him,
Yeah.
he has no
Yeah.
problem with anything else.
Yeah.
And then I knew he was a bass player, and then obviously I was talking to Jack out of Crows, and he's like, yeah, we're getting Tomas. And I was like, you know what, there's more boxes there that are filled out with him.
Yeah.
He'll record things for you, he'll
Yeah.
do this, that and the other. So
Yeah.
No
great
more,
addition. Like.
no more than Pavel joining Tent on Slaughter.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
same kind of feeling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave's like our version of that. Then he'll like mix
Yeah.
whatever, and there's a good turnaround as well. There's
Yeah.
less, walls of communication. He's not. You don't have to email a producer.
Yeah.
It's just text Dave. He's like, here's a mix.
Jeez.
And it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Dave was involved in all your stuff actually from the...
He did all EPs. Yeah.
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 And did he train for that?
He went to college for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just graduated
He just
this
graduated,
year, just
yeah.
finished.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
But like, I've known Dave since I was about 15, I'd say, and even back then he was always big into
Yeah.
that. I think that's how you and Dave met, Dave,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. We the band was formed. I don't know if you were there. We went to see Mastodon in the Savoy.
Yeah, I was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone was there. It seemed.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's one of those mythical gigs.
Yeah.
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 I was one of the guys that was tearing down the posters going up the fucking
Oh, really?
stairs. Yeah.
Really?
No mosh and crowd surfing. Fuck that shit.
I just got out of Leaving Cert, and they were my favorite band at the time. So I was there super early with all my records. I got Bill and Brent's signatures and everything.
Did you actually
Yeah,
meet him?
I did,
yeah. Nice one.
But Dave was doing the exact same thing,
Okay.
and we just started talking, and then he started. We actually met Killian as well there. I knew Killian already, and then Dave just sent me music. I sent him music. We made just studio stuff.
Right.
And then he knew Chris, I knew Killian. That's how we're a band now. Like, so
Is that how it came
yeah.
about?
So
yeah.
it
two
actually
lads.
came out of recording. Like,
Jesus.
The two lads made an album just together, programmed the drums and did all
Yeah.
that stuff themselves. And then the idea that was that Killian and I would jump in and play the songs, and then it didn't quite go that way.
no.
Um,
We ended up kind of tearing the songs up a bit and
Yeah.
making them kind of more, human.
Yeah,
Right.
And some of the ideas have kind of been shelved, and they'll come out maybe again
Okay.
sometime. But,
that's interesting to hear.
yeah.
Like the first song I wrote with Dave was crazy because I was using computer drums.
Right.
So I was almost, it was not impossible to play, but it's, you know.
And what was your background, Dave?
I was playing in a blues band I was playing with Key Milan actually. We were just playing pubs, and
Right.
I was always into metal, so I just wanted to, you know.
Were you always a bass player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I play it like I fiddle with everything else, but I'm primarily bass player.
Yeah.
So like Dave admitted he can't program drums.
Right. Okay.
He doesn't. You know, I was programming the drums, but because I was doing that, I was making crazy things, and then when we actually showed it to a human, he's like, shelve that. So, but they're gonna, those ideas will come back though.
Well, yeah. If I can play that fast,
They'll be a bit
any
stripped
day.
back. They'll be a bit stripped back, but
And Chris, you're from Dungarvan,
Yeah.
and you moved. Did you move to Cork and then met the lads, or
No,
how did you meet Dave? Is Dave from Cork as well? Yeah.
No, me and Dave are from Dungarvan.
they're Dungarvan.
Oh, Dave
Yeah.
is from Dungarvan
Yeah.
as well. Okay.
Me and
I didn't know
Killian
that.
are Cork then.
Ah, yeah. So
Yeah.
Cork, Waterford. Okay.
Me
Even
and,
balance.
Me and Dave and some of our other friends were in a band when we were about 15. I didn't know the lads at all. They were in the CBS and I was in another school. So we kind of met up and had a jam and we got along. And then, you know, we were just playing the few gigs, doing the whole teenage rock band
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And Dave,
So what were the influences back then? Was it kind of Nirvana, kind of grunge, or was it kind of more traditional metal?
it wasn't even much of a metal band. It was like Queens of Stone Age,
Oh, right. Okay.
Radiohead,
Yeah.
Muse, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I remember Dave being like, oh, I started listening to this band, I started listening to Mastodon, I started listening to, you know. So Dave kind of went off down that way and started a metal band. And
Right.
then he asked me would I play drums.
Right.
But like I'm in Cork in college, so that's why I moved there. So Dave was always in college in Limerick, so it was just, you know, just everything lined up really well, and I really wanted to get involved. It's not like I wouldn't say I had played much metal up until then,
Yeah.
so I kind of wanted to try my hand at it, push the boat out.
Would you regard kind of Cork as your home base now, as such? Do you know? 'Cause
Yeah, music wise, definitely.
Have you played that? What's the place in Waterford?
Central Arts?
Yeah, Central
we
Arts.
have.
Yeah,
We played there like
about a year ago.
last year. We played at it was the Waterford Institute of Rockology.
Yeah.
Society
Nice,
down there.
nice,
Ben
nice.
Haynes.
Yeah,
Ben
the
Haynes
name
runs
keeps
it.
coming up. I'm going to
Yeah.
track him. Ben, if you're listening, I'm going to track you down. You're going to be on whether you like it or not.
Yeah, so we went down, and I think Arjun and I were playing.
Yeah.
Horrendo were
I
playing.
think it was, yeah.
Oh right,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
that's
was
a
a great-
nice
yeah.
overlap there.
Great.
Yeah,
It was a great
because they
great
were on
lineup.
about that gig in particular. Actually,
Yeah,
they
actually,
mentioned you,
that's
yeah.
funny because Carosa always tell me that was their best gig as well in Waterford.
Really.
Yeah,
Mm.
and you wouldn't think it, like, you know.
And was that when you first met the Horrenda lads then as well?
No, I knew him through Facebook, really.
Dara, yeah.
And you know, I didn't actually know him through mutual friends. I met him in a group, and he had an Irish name. And I was like, I'm the only Irish fella here. Who are you? You know. And then I just got onto him.
Yeah.
And I just I collab with him, like I kind of make his usually when he's doing a release, like he did it before, he kind of asked me to make an intro,
Okay.
and I did, and that I kind of do that in Aponym as well, though.
Programming, like.
Yeah, all the in between stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
all
pretty
the
cool, man.
samples, Yeah.
Yeah, because like we're all kind of different with our taste in a way,
Mm.
but it's progressive, you know. Like it's not. I don't really like modern kind of prog. I'm more 70s, 80s, like
Okay.
Rush and all that.
Yeah.
So the keyboards, I like, you know, throwing them in, but I don't kind of like. We never kind of considered having one in
Yeah.
as an actual musician.
Yeah.
But early days, we were like, oh, we've no vocalists, so let's just kind of have a sample going in between songs, so it's just one constant thing, you
yeah.
know. So it's kind of worked out well, though, because
Yeah.
it does, like, not a lot of bands do it as much. So
Dara brought up a good point, actually. Shout out to Dara of Horrenda
Yeah.
and Aaron as
Great
well. They
man.
were saying that, and it's only since they've said it,
Mm.
I've noticed it a lot, is the empty space between songs with bands.
yeah.
It's a fucking,
Yeah.
it is a bit of a
It
fucking
can be
pain.
a killer, yeah.
Yeah.
You
It kills the atmosphere, you know.
yeah. You really have to have a good front man. You know,
Yeah,
like
true.
Magna Pinna do it really well.
Yes,
You know,
great example. Actually,
Charismatic, but unfortunately, not everyone's charismatic.
yeah.
So sometimes, and especially when we don't have vocals, so we just have to kind of like the songs are atmospheric enough anyway.
Mm.
So having something to kind of tie them in together,
Yeah.
it just makes it like, you know, whenever I used to go to concerts, like Mastodon used to do it a lot.
Yeah.
They'd start a song with a sample, and sometimes it'd actually be a sample of something completely unrelated.
Yeah.
You know, and I just found that really cool. You know,
Yeah.
it kind of warmed you up for the song.
Mm.
What are they going to break into
Yes.
next? You know.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know, we can't not do it anymore. So
Yeah.
We do it sometimes, and I think people like still think we're playing the same song.
Yeah,
you know?
they don't clap.
Or
They don't think it's
Or
over.
they're waiting for it to finish.
Yeah.
Is it over now?
Yeah. And we're tuning up and everything, having water, and everyone's like just kind of looking around. But it's
No,
funny,
but it is. That's interesting. Now the whole that a few paths definitely crossed down Waterford
Yeah.
at those gigs.
It's great. It's you know, because there used to be, like, being from Dungarvan, there used to be like a serious metal scene in Waterford, and like I'm a year younger than Dave, so Dave was kind of going off down to those gigs, but I was kind of like, you know, a year behind, so I wasn't. But like Dave used to go to stuff the whole time down there,
Yeah.
seeing like so much stuff, and then it all just fizzled away.
Yeah.
Wexford apparently is unbelievable for metal.
Is it?
Apparently, yeah. So I think a lot of Waterford guys and a lot of like Wexford people
They
just
kinda
have bands and
fuse, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember like playing gigs in Waterford as like a young guy and hearing like metal gigs going on in bars and stuff,
Yeah.
and just, you know, it's great, but it kind of fizzled
What's
out a bit.
the band from Wexford? Is it 12 gauge shotgun?
Outrage, yeah.
12
We've
Gauge
heard them
Outrage.
before, yeah.
Are they Wexford? Yeah.
They're
Around
Wexford,
there, yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen them yet. Well, you've played with them, yeah?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
kind of like
Oh yeah, last summer was it?
yeah.
Up in
They're,
Clonmel.
they seem to be the kind of main lads, because I think the bass player, he runs a rehearsal room up there as well.
Okay.
So there's kind of you know, that's, I always find that as well, if there's nowhere to really like there's it's one thing playing the gigs, but you have to practice and write as well. If there's nowhere to do that, like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's kind of like an isolated station up
Yeah.
there, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
It's hard. Like, I mean, Christ, we have it all down Cork at the moment,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Are you wary of overexposure in Cork?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love playing, but there's like, you know, one thing for us is it's actually hard to kind of practice, because Dave's working in Galway, you know, he was in Limerick at one point. Chris is kind of in between Waterford and stuff. I'm not that bad, Killian's not that bad, but it's just hard to get us all in one room.
Okay.
So then writing is like maybe once a month. And to be fair though, we always get something done, but we always
Yeah.
get a song like out.
Oh yeah.
Because I think we know we have to do
Yeah.
something here.
Yeah.
But I think it's like if you play like too much in Cork and you're not writing as much, you're just playing the same songs. I think people might like it, but sometimes you kind of go,
I think that's a trait with most metalers. It's
Yeah.
just a bit paranoid.
yeah.
Yeah.
We all have that paranoid streak about
Exactly,
ourselves
yeah.
going, Jesus, you
Something to
know.
do with Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of going, fucking hell, should I be putting out as many podcasts as I should
Yeah,
be?
yeah.
Or, do you know, that kind
Oh
of
no,
way?
you should keep doing that though.
You
Because
know?
honestly, like when you kind of did the first two, or you kind of did two or three at once.
Yeah, I was recommended to do
Yeah,
3-1.
because I actually met you at Urban Assault.
Correct, yeah.
And you were telling me about it, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, you know, something. I listen to podcasts anyway, but I was kind of getting, you know, bored of everything, like, you know, and if there's one thing I like, it's the local scene. So I was listening to, you had the fellas from Youghal, was it?
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
telling all the
Donny
stories, and I was
Martin,
like,
yeah.
that's unreal.
Yeah.
And you kept getting lads in, you had Colin and Mark and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, this actually, you know, if I was 16 and I saw that on Facebook, you know, and there's like, you know, it kind of makes the bands more of a big deal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I go away and form a band, like, so, you know, you never know, you might be interviewing someone
Yeah, that's a
in
nice
5 years, like,
Yeah, it's a nice
heard
way
the
to hear that.
podcast.
Yeah, cool.
So,
Didn't think of it that way, but yeah, again, as I said, it's just paranoid kind of going, am I fucking
Yeah.
putting out too much? And
Yeah.
I think maybe Cork bands as well, kind of going, shit, are we exposing ourselves too much by playing so many gigs?
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But definitely not, though. I mean, the appetite is there for all of us, the fans, you know.
It's
Anyway.
about striking a balance as well, because
we definitely have a balance.
And like, there's a lot of bands probably from other places kind of looking in at Cork and Limerick. Whereas it was always Dublin, to be fair, like, but like they're now looking at Cork and Limerick going, fucking hell, like if we can get in here and get a few gigs out of Cork and Limerick, it'd be nice. Like the Siege loves it.
Siege,
they love you.
We love the Siege.
I adore it
big time.
It's our third time in November or October.
I know,
So
it's not a coincidence either, though, lads.
It's
a recognition of your hard work, you know.
I always tell myself, we're just filling out a gap here now, you know.
No, you're not.
No. You know, the last one was unbelievable.
Yeah.
We played kind of towards the end in the Casbah.
Downstairs.
That's right, And that was fucking great, man.
It was lovely.
That was great.
Every time I played Olin's, I'm on a high. Like,
my favourite Siege was 2018 because Partalon played, Mendicant, Soothsayer, Worn Out, Corrosa, God Lowen, and yourselves. What what an acknowledgement of the Cork scene, like, you know.
And the day before as well was unbelievable.
Yeah,
I was in there for Primordial and Bolter and all that, and I was like, geez, I'm playing this tomorrow. And all these bands are on stage, like, so, you know, it's a gift, like.
It is, yeah. Look, I mean, it's kind of coming up on most episodes, but I don't mind bringing it up because it's so important. But I mean, the Urban Assault you played this year, lads, as well. What a lineup! Baylor, 10 Tons, Shardborn, Worn Out, Grey Stag, Selkies, Waylander, Shardborn.
We love them.
We love Shardborn.
RSDB, the Mad Bastards from Scotland, Draconius,
nice,
Genova. It's fucking amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah, and Spalpeens.
That's
nice
a great
venue, you know.
It's
Lovely
perfect,
venue,
isn't it?
It's perfect for that,
And
it's comfortable, like.
I have never been at it where the sound is shit. To be fair, always the sound is fucking excellent.
Yeah,
you know.
I do find it is awkward to run a gig when you're a band in there, because you have to kind of bring the PA system. But when it's a festival, it's kind of it's really set for festivals. Like,
it is
all day festival.
Yeah.
You know, you can go.
You can like that.
Exactly. Yeah. You can go downstairs if you need a bit of air. There's a band on upstairs. There's a bar next to Chips next door.
It's perfect, like.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, when we finished up that night, the taxi driver was supposed to collect us at 1:30, and I was on to him around fucking 1:00 anyway, kind of going, listen, bait out from drink, where are you, you know? And he was there, I'm delayed, I won't be up till 3 a.m. And he was there, look, it's the best I can do, you know? And I was just going, fuck. And I was going, what are we going to do? So we kind of walked around the corner and there was a chipper there. So we went into the chipper and sat down. Who came in? Only 10 ton slug, and there was a few other lads arrived in as well.
We were all hanging around outside. And I remember,
great banter, like.
Was it Speedos you went into?
No, it's a new spot.
It was facing some nightclub across the way. It's kind of
Speedos.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
fastest doner kebab meal.
Speedos, is it?
It's fastest doner kebab meal ever.
It's class, like.
I
was in my element.
Full, like.
I have to tell you a classic one there. Shout out to Jack. We were down in Limerick for a Monomart.
Yeah.
Did any of you make it? By the way,
I did. Yeah.
Were we talking?
You might have been none the wiser.
Oh shit! We did meet the week.
Yeah, we did at the end of it. Yeah.
Okay. But one of the Galway lads, James Curley.
Yeah.
Do you know James? He's a big guy. Like, James is bait anyway, wrecked, and he was. Sorry now for outing you, James, but he's falling all over the place anyway. So I said, where are you staying? He named the hotel anyway, and I says, fuck. So I hadn't a clue where it was. So I looked it up on my phone and sat-naved it, and we started walking up, staggering up towards it. So we eventually got to the hotel. It was in the middle now of nowhere, but it was in the city. You know, Limerick is like loads of these streets and stuff. So got James, and the bollocks never thanked me. You probably don't even remember who got him home. But so I left him anyway. I was walking down along anyway, and it was just silence, loads of streets, and I was just going, am I safe here? I kept walking anyway, and I was going, how am I going to even find my way back to the hotel? And next minute I heard this, Richie! And I'm there looking, and there's this guy coming up towards me in a white t-shirt, and I'm looking going, who the fuck is that? It was Jack out of Corrosa.
Was it? Yeah, I was with him all day, and I had to leave him. You know what? Actually, he's a big Behemoth fan, and he was at the big hotel by Dolan's.
Strand, is it?
No, it's not. It's Clayton, is it?
Clayton.
Yeah.
Should know that. He was staying there, and they were eating across from him, and he was texting me, "What do I do? What do I do?" He's a tattoo on his arm, Behemoth, and he's like, "What do I do?" I was like, "Just leave him alone." Like, you know, he left him alone, but he was in his element anyway.
What? They were Behemoth were staying in the hotel.
They were eating across from him. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So, but
you never went to him.
I think he might have nodded to him or something. But you know, they're very, you know, they weren't in the makeup, but you know, they're very, they're big fellas.
Yeah.
Like,
he should have went over.
Yeah.
Go on. That's
but
his
no,
regret.
he was saying, I'm trying to find Richie. I was like, I seen him around, and he was like, I texted him. I went with Con home, you know.
Okay.
Did you go with him to Dolan's?
Yeah, I met him in Dolan's.
Oh, okay.
I met him in
I was
Dolan's.
like, where are you? Did you find Richie? He's like, yeah, we're in Dolan's. But I remember I met you, and because I remember
critical condition.
because I told you that he was looking for you, and I'd say you must have forgot because like you obviously like you didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
But geez, you were like, do you not remember anything? No, do you not remember what happened?
No.
We were waiting outside the venue, and you know there was a kind of door, you know.
Yeah.
And you nearly got hit by the Behemoth costume trolley. Yeah, there was like it was like a big trolley in a with a cage, you know. And I was like, here, watch out there. And you were like, what the hell is that? Full of like bullets and everything. Like you didn't know what was going on. You don't remember that?
No.
Oh, sorry, I outed you there.
You outed me. Well, I'll out you too now.
Oh, I'm clean.
So, the Metal United, they. You fucking asked for it, man. We're destroying each other here.
Yeah.
But so I did the podcast, and Elder Druid finished, and I had to meet my wife, and we had a drink, and she had tickets for Toto, and I was like on a fucking
Who are they?
Over there, yeah. So off we went down, and I was kind of going, well, I think I'm safe here. Nobody fucking recognise me in Toto, right? So in I go, and I'm at the Jacks, and headed away from the Jacks. Next minute, fucking out of nowhere, Richie, you bollocks, what are you doing here? I turn around, this Martin Shaka, who did the first podcast with me, you know, fucking rugby tattled me to the ground nearly, like, you know. And I says, I hear my wife, she loves Toto, you know. And he's there, right, I believe it. So we went in and watching the band, and I must say, hands up, great musicianship and blah blah.
Brilliant.
We're heading back out to have a drink and going through the crowd, and next minute I get the tap on the shoulder, Richie. I turn around thinking, fuck, who's after catch me now? And it was Dave in full leather, studded jacket.
Yeah. I tell you, every time I go to a non-metal gig, I have to be that more studded and
more extreme.
Yeah. And then I met all my teachers then, like, so.
Really, yeah.
You weren't that uncool.
But and I left there kind of going, I hope Dave doesn't regret saying that to me. Not that I'd bring it up on a podcast.
No.
So getting back to Aponym, obviously, who's the Photoshop wizard on Facebook?
Dave.
Is it Dave?
Not me, no,
Christ.
the other Dave.
Dave is a chief content creator.
If you go into Aponym's Facebook page, right, you'll see the lads with Joe Dolan, part of the Beatles. You did a tour of Italy as well, didn't you?
Yeah, around the world. Yeah.
That was when we were trying to, you know, get a bit more traction. You know, I think we're good now.
Yeah.
But, joking.
That kind of stuff like performs really well online for us.
Yeah,
you know,
it's weird.
It's, you know, the way that the whole Facebook algorithm thing works. You kind of have to push the boat out a small bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then like the idea as well is like we're an instrumental band. We don't have a singer. We don't really have a face that you can, you know, put on us. So I think the idea is just put up.
That's great, man.
Stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And just see if it gets a bit noticed.
Because initially we're like, I don't know, it's a bit, you know, silly, like, and then you close it up,
it's
and
good,
it's
man.
like
It's good.
200 likes. I'm like, all right, grand.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm probably paraphrasing, but like, you know, better than here's some new music. You know?
I thought the Joe Dolan thing was class.
Yeah, it was funny, I suppose. Yeah.
They're after kind of dying off though. We need Dave to come back.
Well, what was the most recent one we had?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh no, there was that the one. It was for the Paranoid Pit gig.
Oh
and,
yeah,
there was like here we go again.
Just sit like in jokes. I'm like, no one's gonna get this, and then everyone loves it.
He
So.
puts it all, like we have a group chat and Dave just puts it all up and we're like, I don't know, but go on, like,
Go for it.
gives us a chuckle. That usually, like the Joe Dolan one was like, that was our like our April Fool's thing, and
yes,
for like 2 years in a row we've made it.
No. Actually, the April Fool's one was that what was it? Killian was leaving.
Oh, that was the year before.
That was the year before.
There you go. Yeah,
So
there's Killian holding two guitars.
People
That was a
believe
great
that.
one.
Yeah, people actually genuinely believe that. Yeah,
They message saying, "Can I join?" Like I won't say what.
Really?
Yeah.
They got a few, which is nice.
Yeah. Nice to know there's someone there in case. Like.
Yeah, but that was the year before, and then this year we were like, Dave was like, we put up a singer thing, and so we did, and then
I think people believe that as well, actually.
Jesus Christ.
But everyone says that, they're like, you should get a vocalist. And then we're like,
there's probably maybe 2 songs that I would say that you could have vocals on, and that's it. But the rest are fucking cool the way they are, man. To be fair, they are.
That's what I mean, like, because like when we started out, like I think everyone thought we just couldn't get a vocalist,
right?
Rather than we chose not to have one.
Yeah.
It was from the get-go we never had one.
Yeah.
At our first gig, we actually did a cover of "Stranded" by Gojira, and we got Luke Horgan to come in and sing it for us.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's the most we've ever done.
That's the most we've done.
Yeah.
I think like when people are like, oh, you should like some of those parts, but I think we're right now where it's like you probably couldn't have someone sing over it, like,
Yeah.
We're very as a band, like we're really into, like, I know for me anyway, I'm like massive into And So Watch You From Afar, and we all kind of
a great band,
we're all like collectively into them, like they're one band that we kind of share a huge interest in. So like that kind of way of doing vocals in an instrumental band, we think is really cool, but we just haven't been creative enough with it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like again, another thing is that if you did go down the road of a vocalist, with the way he play, I mean, fucking hell, he'd have to be particularly strong vocalist.
I think we always said
I don't know.
It'd be one of us. We wouldn't get someone, because that creates dynamics, or like how Mastodon do it. There's all of them do it.
All of them do it.
But they're all different styles,
completely different.
So that might be cool, but it's not on the cards at all. Like, especially with Berserker and 1 or 2 songs you haven't heard yet. There's no way we can throw vocals into it.
But again, never say never. I mean, you look at Jack. He's after stepping up to the plate with Corrosa there.
Yeah,
I know it's a different situation, but I'm delighted for him.
Yeah,
that he's actually
good.
And he's good.
Yeah,
fucking right, he is.
I know. Yeah, I was recording the other week.
Were you?
And I was like,
oh yeah, sure. That's give us a shout out there.
Shout out to Jack and
your new project.
There. Yeah. We'll be on about that another time, because I don't want to steal the thunder,
but give us the name.
Galloc,
yeah.
It's different writing for me.
Yeah.
I have to write lyrics, I have to write riffs that I can sing and play,
All right,
so it's nice to, like, my 2 loves are old school prog and Norwegian black metal. So they're like, they don't really like, they kind of do crossover in the bands. Like in this band I might have something that's a bit more evil, in the other band I might have something that's a bit more complicated. But no, like it's definitely, it's actually kind of healthy for this band as well.
Yeah.
Because I come away with, because I'm writing more, that I come away with more content to bring to the lads and more themes and stuff like that mightn't suit one band but might suit the other. Because we actually, even though we're instrumental, we're actually very thematic.
Oh, definitely.
We do think about what the songs are about.
Yeah.
Some of the songs are kind of, they're like, the names are kind of, they're just kind of like Worm God. I kind of just thought up, but it actually kind of suits the song, But then there's songs like, Life's a Wounded Stag, where the kind of
Every Low Ambition.
Yeah.
Great title.
Dave come up with that one.
Yeah.
I think they suit the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Of course, you'd a song on the Paranoid Beast as well, Erebus and
Terror. Yeah. That was a nice one. We always mess it up live, but it's you know what? It's actually one of our unreal recordings.
Yeah.
There's synth in it, and there was ideas we came up with while recording it that changed the song.
Yeah.
You know, so
While you were doing it as
Yeah.
well. Really,
Trying
yeah.
it, yeah. It's one of my favorite songs to play. And
Yeah.
I just, you know, because I love listening. It's
I
one
love
of the songs I
listening to it,
yeah. And usually that sounds weird, but like, you know, it's kind of.
As a drummer, how did you kind of add creatively to that song, actually?
We were
There's a lot
recording.
of twists and turns in it.
Were you there?
I wasn't there in the drums,
Okay,
but I
yeah.
remember you rang me to get confirmation.
to run it by. We were recording the drums. We recorded them like January of last year, I would say, 2018.
Yeah, it was released in November, wasn't it? 2018.
Yeah, so we recorded the drums January, Christmas break, and we were tracking them inside in the School of Music where Killian and I go to college.
Right.
That's handy as well, actually.
Yeah,
that was, you know,
didn't have to pay for it.
we didn't pay for much really when
Yeah.
we record.
Like our EPs are insanely DIY.
Yeah.
So far, we're planning to kind of go a bit more down the real production, kind of going to a place and working with other people kind of thing now. But you know, like,
But at the moment, it suits.
well, like as a metal band, and you know, we're not, you know, steeped in money either. So we're just, you know, doing the best we can with what we have.
Yeah.
And you know, we're lucky that we have Dave, who's like unbelievable at doing the best that he can with what he has. So we were recording the drums anyway, and we were doing Erebus and Terror, and I think it had a different name at the time, didn't it?
Yeah, a different name.
Yeah. I think it was Arrival.
Arrival
we were
or something.
thinking, but then we were recording the song, and I was tracking drums, and I messed up, which is what I always do.
I'll tell you before, as a citation, right? Just a footnote here. He never messes up.
No.
He gets all his drums done in one day.
He's the
every time.
machine.
I'll tell you that, right?
No, but anyway, we were doing it, and I kept on playing or something, and it was in the song where the lads all start tapping.
Yeah.
There's like a din, 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 and I just kept doing the groove I was doing, and it was wrong, and then we stopped, and then I think Killian was like, "That's actually really cool." You know, and like I was going to go to a different groove, but like Killian was like, "No, I think we should actually stick with that for a while and get more use out of that particular groove." So we tracked it again, and we rang Dave, and I think we showed you like what we had done, and then
it forced me to change my bass line then.
Yeah.
But for good.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, it's kind of a polyrhythmic thing as well, because the lads are all playing like triplets, whereas I'm still doing like a straight kind of.
I know I've seen what you were doing live for that song. Yeah.
It's lovely. It's
is,
probably
yeah.
the
And it drew my attention to your playing, actually, Dave. Weirdly enough, for
Yes,
that
fair.
song, yeah, with the way you were going up and down.
yeah. I liked the idea of all the guitars tapping,
Yeah.
but not doing the same thing.
But it's a kind of a showpiece as well.
I don't like being flash, but I don't play. I tell you what though, my favorite bass player is Phil Lynott. But I don't play like him at all.
No.
I don't use a pick, but
I'm going to throw this out to you because I mean you are one of my favorite bass players.
cheers,
no,
thank you.
Take it. As I said, I play bass myself, and you're a fucking joy to watch. You know, and that song particularly.
That's why I love it though, because the prog bass players I like, they don't like, you know, your Geddy Lee and stuff like that from Rush. They don't like they write the lines, but their like fills aren't written. They just do them.
Okay.
So that song allows me to throw in like on the fly stuff.
Yeah.
But that part, it's like a big climax, and I can finally be a bit
yeah,
flash
yeah,
for
yeah,
once,
yeah.
you know. No, it's really, and then there's a riff after it that's just groove.
Yeah.
And it just makes the song for me.
Yeah.
It takes a bit of time to get to it, but I think like we're very much a musician's band at times. I will say though, it helps that the two lads study music in college. You know, because like, to be fair, like if you didn't study music in college, we wouldn't get a free studio. If Dave didn't do it, we wouldn't get free mixes.
Yeah.
And there's me doing history. So like, I'm like the themes. Like so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cheers for that.
But we need your long hair waving around the place though. So.
Yeah, the most metal part of it.
Sorry.
There he is in black.
yeah. I actually can use this to announce that we're actually going to get T-shirts And good thing for you.
About to say it, yeah.
Yeah, good thing for you. We're going to get white ones as well.
Yes.
Hooray.
The wardrobe is going to improve again.
Yeah.
We made the order today. We
got
the design yesterday off our good friend Neil O'Sullivan Green.
Okay.
Shout out. He's
nice.
An unbelievable artist, illustrator, all that stuff.
Has he done other particular work that people can look up?
He's done a lot of stuff for
Not
a lot of
metal,
bands. He's
for a few bands. Yeah,
he's done some designs for By Curious, which would be like they're kind of an instrumental band from Dublin that are insane.
Oh, okay. By Curious. Shout out to them as well. We'll
just
check
two
them
guys, but they're ferocious.
Lads,
we played a gig with them in the Roundy. I think it was last year. It was Alpha Male Tea Party, By Curious and ourselves, and Cosmonaut Music put it on.
Cormac, yeah.
But that was a serious night. But By Curious are brilliant. So Neil's done some stuff for them. But we're doing a T-shirt in the theme of our song Worm God at the moment. So it's coming.
One of my favourites.
Cool. And we're doing a black and a white version. So we're
there you
looking
go.
forward to getting them in.
It's kind of my influence slowly creeping in. You've worked with actually a lot of artists now. You brought it up before. We finish up. I want to give a shout out to Martha Lyons.
Yeah, Martha Lyons.
How did you meet her?
She's it's mutual friends. I guess he plays in a band with her boyfriend.
Yeah,
and she I always knew she was an artist, and she just had that design.
Yeah.
This was a while back now.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
we actually had that design for ages.
Okay,
we paid her for it, and we had it for ages, and we never got around to getting the shirts. But
that was on 2017's EP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the design just suited really well for the song.
Yeah.
Then after we put it out, it's not that they were copying us, but it just so happened that a load of bands had
Crow Black Chicken.
Yeah, Crow Black Chicken. I think Baylor had something as well.
They did actually. Yes, correct.
So I was like,
it's weird, wasn't it?
We're gonna get done for here, but we got away with it in the end. But the new one, the new one's definitely a different style of art. It's way more fantastical, I suppose.
Okay.
But it's a bit like, it's not serious, you know what I mean? The song isn't really serious.
No. We'll give you a sneak peek before we go.
Nice one.
Yeah,
okay. The benefits. Also, we need to give a shout out to Howard as well, who's designed your two
both
EPs.
Of our EPs.
Both of them,
Both of them.
Serious artist.
He's dead on with the theme side of it.
Yes.
You know?
I think he'd understand your side as well, considering Partalon as well.
That's what I actually didn't know he did their artwork.
Yeah.
And I was like, we'll have to get on to this fella. And then I just saw it was him. I just asked, because I didn't really expect it, you know.
Yeah,
and then I messaged him. He's like, no bother, €50. Unreal, you know.
Jesus.
And we didn't really want to give him too much info, but we just gave him maybe a word or sentence each, and he came out with exactly
Jesus,
how we needed.
Serious? Did you give him songs or anything like that? No, or just
we gave him rough mixes.
Yeah, we sent him mixes.
Okay,
but as well, when he sent the designs to us, there was no can you do this, do that. It was just he sent it to us, and we're like, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So we just,
it was that could be a t-shirt, that could be a tattoo.
Fucking hell, that's
and
brilliant.
He kind of took his own kind of spin with it as well, because with Deus Incognitus, our first EP, the album art centers around a head, and then with Ingress he kind of went for a torso.
No head.
Yeah. So going if there's another EP, he might go down to the leg side and do something cool down
there.
There
you go. There's an idea.
Yeah. So,
and they've designed then the cover of the live album.
He's great with Photoshop.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, in both ways.
So gig wise, then you're July the 12th, which is pretty soon actually. It's the Teletext Records. What's the story with this one?
Teletext are
Teletext. Jesus,
they're great buddies of ours.
Yeah.
I play in bands with one of the guys, JJ from Teletext, but they're also in a band that we played gigs with called Aerialist. The gig that we did with Tomas O'Brien's band, Great Apes, was with Aerialist as well. So they have set up a kind of a label / format, all that, called, shout out to Teletext Records. So they're doing some great stuff for us. They're, we'll get their input on.
Are they Cork based? Yeah.
They're all Kerry men, but they're Cork.
Okay.
But we just send them our, we they'll put our name out there for getting gigs. if we want input on releases and stuff, we'll just ask those guys, because they're really into like our kind of music. They're really, like Teletext, they kind of centered the whole thing about kind of left of field kind of bands.
Right.
So
it's not a metal label or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of local bands that are in the same kind of.
And who'd you say are the two lads?
Three guys.
Three, is it?
Danny O'Shea, Donna Sugru, and JJ Lee.
Okay, shout out, lads.
Yeah. So
But I hate social media stuff. They're unreal at it.
Yeah.
So
okay.
they're they're doing it all for the sake of doing it. Like,
Yeah.
It's like
it's another great part of the Cork community.
And they're putting gigs on with
yeah.
all sorts of lineups as well. Like
all around the country as well now.
Yeah.
They just ran a gig up in Dublin this week.
Yeah, they do Limerick.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Because they're all well connected guys too. They all know people. I think I think they're running a stage at the Valley of Art Festival soon as well, which we might have a chance of getting on.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're doing amazing stuff. So they're running a gig. Boca Tono are doing a tour of Ireland, and Cassavetes are doing are playing with them as well.
They're not doing that.
They're not doing the Cork one anymore. I think Tombs are doing it.
Oh, deadly.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So Tombs are doing the Limerick one, sorry.
Tombs are doing the Limerick one. So
I'll be on holidays. I'm desperate to see Tombs.
They're sick.
I know, I've seen them before, and I think it was the Siege maybe or something. I can't remember. But no,
played Urban Assault actually.
It was Urban Assault, yes, correct.
So just Teletext, they're just doing some great things.
Is there another band then to be announced with G and Fred's?
No, it's just the three of us. I think Boca Tono, Cassavetes, and us.
Okay, grand.
Which we can't wait for. I saw Cassavetes when they last played in Cork. I think I actually rented them my kit, and I went to see the gig, and it was like bone crushingly good. Yeah.
They're not like we're definitely the heaviest band on those. The most
metal. For the Cork one, I'd say we're probably the most metal.
Yeah, but I will say they're all very similar bands.
Yeah.
They have the same kind of outlook on atmosphere and stuff like that and playing. But that's what I like about Teletext though, is like they kind of know what isn't identical, but they also know what will work together.
Okay.
And I think we're lucky that way as well, that we can play the Siege, but we can also play not a mainstream festival.
Yeah.
We can play most places.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the guy roaring his head off, which the first thing people say is, I like the music, but I don't like the screaming fella.
Yeah.
So we can say, well,
yes,
there
into
are
a lot of situations.
Yeah.
Well, we'll it's not like we'll play anywhere really, as long as it's nice.
Whoever will have us.
Yeah.
And as I said, everybody check out the live EP, lads. Live at the Paranoid Pit. Recorded in Fred Zeppelin's. So you've been listening to Dave and Chris. A pleasure having you on, lads. I've been looking forward to this for a long while.
Same.
Thanks so much.
And go to the gig again, the 12th in Cork and Fred's, and the 14th in Pharmacia in Limerick.
And the next Siege, of course.
The next Siege, of course. So that's it. You've been listening to the Metal Cell. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, and if you're a band, hit me up on themetalcell@gmail.com. Over and out. Thank you.
next song is our last song. I'd just like to take a moment to thank the lads, Con and Mark from Cork Bassist for having us. Thanks to Stuart Sayer and Deborah Deadwood. Thanks to all of you for coming out. And to these three beautiful guys.